Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today on Collection of Lessons, I want to talk about exampleship. Anything I say on this channel is not anything advice, and let's get started. So exampleship, what I want to talk about that is how to further improve future generations or future people, or how to improve yourself, that type of thing, through exampleship. And when I talk about exampleship, what I mean is basically there's, let's say two people, let's say either me and you, or you and somebody else, or your parents or you, or whichever. And usually between the two people there's somebody that knows something, and they know something that they want to share, or something that that they went through, and they want to pass it along to another person. Usually this person is wanting to know more, or willing to accept that advice or whichever as well. A few cases where exampleship happens is usually between a parent and a kid, right? And you want to provide a good example, a good example of a good parent, right? Of a good father, in my case. Or you want to provide, some sort of learning and teaching through, you setting an example, so that somebody sees you and says, well, I want to be like that guy. I want to know what he knows. I want to feel what he feels. I want to be excited when he's excited, right? And I know that some people, they say that the where you are in life, is basically you're the average of all your friends around you, and that's usually because of some sort of exampleship. I'm not sure if exampleship is actually a word term. I mean, it is in the dictionary, whichever, but like the way that I'm using it might be a bit different. And it's interesting if you think of exampleship as it's a form of kind of like mentorship in a way, like temporarily. That's kind of how I see it. And it's kind of like, people teach, people be, students all the time in either jobs, such as, when I started a job, let's say I was working somewhere, and, I know somebody that has been there 20 years, right? Somebody who has that 20 years of knowledge, and that they could pass it down to me that just started. I'm in my first week, right? And there's so much knowledge that this person has, and I mean, there's only so much knowledge in that workplace as well, but there's so much knowledge that they have that they could help me. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they want to help me, right? If I can help get the process, if I could be, a stronger asset to the company, if I could be a stronger person, if I could take the workload off of this person that's been here 20 years, but me catching up real quick, there's a benefit to that, right? And there's a benefit both ways. And that's the idea, is there's a benefit between both ways, between either the parent and the kid, or the kid and the parent, or the teacher and the student, or whichever. It's a learning process for both. It's not one is better than the other. You are on even playing ground. And if somebody has 20 years experience in a workplace, and I've been there 1 week, and they want to get me up to speed, and there's only so much I can obtain in my knowledge and my brain or whatever. If I had to figure this out, if this didn't exist, and I had to figure this out for 20 years, it could be a waste of time. It could be a waste of, energy, life. It could be a waste of, time and life. Time and life go hand in hand. So that's usually when, if somebody is getting older in a workplace, they want somebody to come in new so that they could teach them what they know, and go from there, right? And then you keep the knowledge there. The knowledge transfers there. How does it help the 20-year person that's been there? Well, see, when you teach something, you also relearn it. And so teaching others so that they can go farther than you as well, because this is where 20 years got you to the top of this, whatever. If this was like some sort of like ladder, we'll call it a ladder, and 20 years got you to the top of this ladder. And you know that somebody has potential to go much higher. So let's bring that person that's been here 1 week to the top of the ladder, and then see where they go. I don't know if this is going to get cut off by the border. I don't think it is. But basically, that's what I think everyone wants in life, is to watch, you want to see your kids go further than you did in life. You want to see, your kids' kids to go even further. And that's kind of the whole point that I try to, share with these YouTube videos is, hopefully in, 10, 20 years, whenever, when the kids are old enough that they can understand the concepts that I'm explaining to people on YouTube, and I have these videos, let's say, archived for 20 years, I want them to go further than I did. This is where I'm at in 30, you know, or however old I am now. This is what got me here. And people need to think about the perspective as well. Like, your best decisions, they got you where you are today. Your best decisions got you where you are today. I'm not sure where I heard that quote, but it's interesting if you think of it like that. Your life now, where you are, this top of the life where you are, you're hitting some sort of resistance. That's where you are today based on the best decisions you know, right? Let me do that better. That's the best decisions that got you. How do you get over this? How do you go further? Well, you can continually learn a little bit of things here and there, and let's say it's a ladder, and you kind of do that. Or you can find somebody that's knowledgeable, someone who has the knowledge, that has been doing it for 20 years. Let's say, you know, when you're trying to run a business, and somebody that's been there 10 years in business, and you've been there like 1 week in business, there's a lot of knowledge they have, right? You don't need to stumble on the blocks that they had. You don't need to hit these blocks and then fall down again. You don't need to have, you know, these, you know, pain points that they've gone through. They can teach you, right? Through exampleship, through mentorship, through whatever. Same with the kids that, you know, I have. I don't really want them to be where I'm at, you know, in 30 years. I want them to be further along in life. I want them to be better financially. You know, I want to be that role model for them. And my best decisions got me where I am today. Well, how do I get them further than me? Well, you know, I can share my perspective. I can share my knowledge that I have to them. Bring them up to speed over the next 20 years, let's say, instead of 30. These are the decisions that I made. You know, this is where it got me, and that's, you know, where it could get you. And something that I want to pass down too, more than knowledge, more than, you know, money or whatever, money smarts, if you want to call it like that. You know, I wish I was investing or, you know, looking at other opportunities and looking how to make money outside of my job, or looking how to have good association when I was 20. Like, that would have furthered my life. I know that. You know, if you think of your life like a graph and see where you are you compounding, or are you just kind of going straight? Or are you're not doing anything at all and you're just going flat? Where are you at? I know I talk about the compounding effect in another video, but through some sort of exampleship or mentorship or leadership, or somebody who has the knowledge, or a parent or a kid situation, or a teacher and a student situation, there's someone who has more knowledge than you, and it's okay, because I mean, I don't know everything. I'm sharing things as I learn them. And the only way that you can continually go up is if you continually look and compound and roll that knowledge into a ball that just grows and grows until you know many things. You're one that knows many things, right? And then what do? Well, then you share. And the reason that you know many things, because somebody here has shared with you to bring you up. And what are they doing? They're also learning how to share. They're learning how to, you know, exampleship. They're learning from other people that were above them even. And it's a continually growing ladder of knowledge. And it's really interesting if you think of it like that. And it's just really cool if you're able to pass down knowledge to further someone's progress that continues on life without you, or, you know, after you're gone, let's say. And, you know, because of that one decision that you make, that you helped so many people along the way down this ladder, if you want to call it, of life. I just think that's really cool. Anyway, exampleship, I think it's the best word that can describe it. If some sort of, you know, teaching, learning, being a student, being a teacher, there's benefits to both. It's a partnership. It's on even playing ground. You want to continually grow, in my opinion, so that you can make better decisions, so you can give the best decisions that you made, pass them down, so that somebody can continue them on, you know, as you get older, as I get older. Anyway, I think that's really cool. And I wanted to share that with this video, is your best decisions got where you are today, and then your better decisions are going to get the next generation even further. That's it for this video. Thanks, and talk soon.